Berlin
correspondent Georgios Papas works from home. He's still looking for an affordable office. But for now, he's reporting on the debt crisis from his living room, speaking on the phone to Greek television. Like many other employers in his homeland, Greek state television is feeling the pinch. Papas explains what that means for his station.
There have been pay cuts and layoffs. Many employees have been fired, or their contract hasn't been extended, and the pay has been cut by 20 or 25%.
Greek austerity measures, the new multi-billion-euro rescue package, and what the Germans think about it. These are the topics the Greek correspondent is now covering.
One thing people in Greece are very interested in is whether or not there'll also be measures to stimulate growth. A kind of Marshall Plan to get the economy going.
Greek television showed images of relieved finance ministers at the latest summit in Brussels. The next 130 billion euros in rescue funds for Greece had just been approved, meaning even further spending cuts. Many welcomed the decision, but not this FDP representative. She's lost faith in rescue funds.
It all should have happened much earlier. Now we see what the rescue fund policies have led to. People are taking to the streets. Greece is burning. That's not a good outcome. It's a bad outcome.
That opinion is shared by thousands of demonstrators in Athens who are calling for Greece to leave the EU. The mood is explosive, and Germany's economic dominance in Europe is a source of growing anger. Even the Greek president is losing patience with the demands for more and more austerity measures.
As a Greek, I cannot accept Mr. Schäuble insulting my country. What gives Mr. Schäuble the right to insult Greece?
There are now anti-German protests on the streets, with some demonstrators calling the Germans Nazis. Emotions are running high.
They're credit sharks, and their money, Mrs. Merkel, Hitler. They're conquerors. They're conquerors.
All of this is being closely monitored in the German Bundestag. After all, the parliamentarians are going to vote soon on the second Greek rescue package. Comparing the German Chancellor to Hitler is no slip of the tongue, according to some.
They seem to believe that bringing up the Nazi past is a sure way of getting Germany to pay.
Under these circumstances, it's not easy for many parliamentarians to free up billions of euros for Greece. The rescue package is proving increasingly unpopular.
At first I said, OK, we have to help out in an emergency, but we have to see positive measures taken to stop all this misery. I don't see this happening with more and more rescue funds. This is a sign of failure, and that's why I'm voting against it.
Walking away from Greece is not an option for a united Europe, even if the Greeks abandon the common currency. But many are questioning the wisdom of further bailouts. Analysts are calling for investment to stimulate the country's stagnating economy.
We have to draw the line somewhere. It's not the European Union's job to keep throwing money into a bottomless pit. It should instead give Greece a solid foundation to build on by creating institutions that are sustainable. Creating institutions means that Europe should, in principle, help the country build up effective administrative structures.
Greek reporter Georgios Papas has left his apartment and gone to take part in a government press conference. Now that Europe has approved the new rescue fund for Greece, Papas has a more positive outlook for his country.
We've been waiting a long time for this decision, and the time of uncertainty is now over. Now it all depends on what is done in Greece and whether these reforms are implemented. The country needs these reforms.
Georgios Papas tells his viewers that fresh aid from Germany and the rest of Europe means more than further austerity measures. He says it also represents a real chance for the Greek people.